First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my pasta because I'm getting the look over here from Deb, like, if you don't get that pasta in that water, we're not going to be eating. So I'm going to use a penne pasta. We're just going to kind of dress this up. Bow tie pasta, I think, would be really nice in this recipe, too. So we're going to do a 1-pound box. This is just cheapy. That's the other thing about this recipe. You know, I get it. We're all watching our pennies these days. Oh, are we showing our pumpkins already? Okay, we'll show those in just a second. But anyway, we're all watching our pennies these days, and I totally get that. I'm right in there with you. But we like to eat nice, too. So this is one of those recipes. It's not going to cost you a ton of money. You know, box of pasta, a couple of chicken breasts. You know, this is dinner for under $10, I think. Okay, so I've got my pasta going. I'm going to season that water with a little bit of salt. I just want to get my chicken going, and then, yeah, wait till you see the fabulous pumpkins that we got. Just let me get my chicken going. I'm going to heat up a little bit of olive oil in a big skillet. And then I've got 2 to 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and I just cut them up into like 1-inch pieces, bite-sized pieces. And I'm going to season them with some dried Italian seasoning. And you know me, I love my garlic salt because it's just got a little bit of everything in there. So I'm just going to toss that and get it into my hot skillet and get that browning. Make sure they're covered with the garlic salt and the dried Italian seasoning. And get them in there. And that's the sound you want to hear. You want to hear that sizzle. If you don't hear that when you put your first piece of chicken in, turn up the heat or give it a couple more minutes. You want to hear that sound. That's going to give my chicken some color. And in this recipe, I am using a big stainless skillet. This is one of those recipes. You know, I have 2 sets of pans. I have my nonstick pans, which are great for a lot of things like, you know, omelets, things like that. And then I've got my stainless pans where you want to get a little color on that meat, which is hard to get a lot when you're using a nonstick pan. And you also want to get some great brown bits at the bottom of the pan, which I'll show you in a minute. And it's, again, very hard to achieve that if you don't have a big, you know, stainless skillet. The nonstick surfaces just don't tend to brown up like, you know, the big stainless skillets do. Okay, so you heard about this. We're looking for the very best pumpkins out there. Carved pumpkins, decorated pumpkins. And let me tell you, you guys outdid yourselves. We got some really great pumpkins. So we want to show them to you because the contest is over and just some really cool stuff. All right, here's pumpkin number 1 from a viewer in Oconto Falls. We love that, you know. Don't just carve your pumpkins and use them for jack-o'-lanterns. Put some flowers in there. They make a great centerpiece for a party or a luncheon. Really pretty. Love that. Pumpkin number 2. We really love this one. Talk about creative. This was sent to us from Rick from Green Bay. He turned a pumpkin into an owl. A lot of work went into that. Really cool, Rick. Thanks a bunch. How cute is this? This is Zachary. He is 11 months old, and Mom and Dad put him in the pumpkin. We love that. Zachary and his folks are from Kaukauna. They say that he had a ball sitting in that pumpkin, and what a great picture it is, for sure. All right, now we've got the winner. Oh, no, we love this one, too. This one's great, too. Little Fox 11. Love that. Very creative. We like that. Getting the Fox 11 in there with the spider web. Again, that was sent to us from a viewer in Kaukauna. But this is the big winner. This is from Amy Medelson of Green Bay. She gets the $600 Halloween Bash prize package. Congratulations to her. We thought this was really creative. Very cool. It's kind of like a pumpkin and gourds inside a pumpkin. Took a lot of work. Congratulations, Amy. Again, she's going to have quite the Halloween Bash. Thanks to everybody who sent in their pumpkins and to Halloween Express for sponsoring the contest. Great store if you need some, you know, last-minute costumes, decorations. I was just in there over the weekend. Man, when it comes to Halloween, they have it. Halloween Express. They've got one in Appleton and one in Green Bay. So thanks, everybody. Great ideas. Okay, let me check on my chicken. And I'm just looking to get a little color on that chicken. Doesn't need to cook all the way through at this point. So I just want to turn it over. How's my pasta doing? Get the lid back on that pasta. Just get it cooking just a little bit more. Thanks, Deb. I want to cook that pasta, but I don't want to overcook that pasta. It still needs to have a little bit of a bite to it because we're going to toss it together with that sauce. So whenever you're going to be, think about that. If you're just going to do straight up spaghetti and you're going to just put the sauce on top, then you can go ahead and, cook that pasta all the way through. But when you're going to double cook that pasta, this pasta is going to go into the sauce. You might want to just undercook it just a little bit. That way it won't get mushy. Okay. I want to brown all sides of the chicken. Oh, goodness. So, I've got some news to tell you guys. And, got to break it to you. Our tailgate team from Door County, well, went all the way up to Seattle. They were competing in the ultimate tailgate contest on the Food Network show. A little more oil, I'm seeing that it needs, with Guy Fieri. Well, the show was last night on Food Network, and take a look. Here's how it all ended up.
We have Team Tundra representing Green Bay, and the home team, Team Blue 22, representing Seattle. And our winner is... Team Blue 22!
We brought our best. It just, this time, it didn't happen. It was an incredible opportunity, great experience, and I wouldn't do it different. I wouldn't change it for the world.
I can't believe we won. We are so excited. We're exhausted, but we are so glad to bring a win home for Seattle and to prove that we're an actual tailgating town.
Yep, looks like Team Tundra lost by just a field goal, I guess, and Team Seattle pulled it off at the end. What fun. I was lucky enough to travel out with our team, Chef Andy of Chef Andy's Nautical, up in Sturgeon Bay, and then a group of Green Bay guys went along out there, and great to tag along, learned a lot, and I don't know, I just don't think they understood the whole brat thing. They're all about the salmon out there. No, got to be a good sport about it, and the team was. So, hey, great job. Way to represent. We'll get them next time. That's my feeling. Okay, back to the chicken. Chicken's browning up, looking perfect. See that color we've got? That color is flavor. And you know when I was just talking about the little brown bits on the bottom of the pan that you sometimes can't get when you use a nonstick skillet? That's what I'm talking about. And now we're going to get those brown bits up with a little bit of wine. I'm using chicken stock now and a little bit of dry white wine. If you don't like to cook with wine, just use a little more chicken stock. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and bring that up to a simmer. And that's going to take those brown bits at the bottom and give this sauce so much flavor. I use a whisk to just get in there. Oh, this smells good. And that's what the chefs do, and I'm learning that this is so easy to do at home. Again, we're trying to go for that restaurant meal that you'd pay big bucks for out and show you how easy it can be to do at home. Okay, that looks perfect. So now we're going to have some fun. We're going to add a little bit of heavy cream. And I want to bring that up to a simmer. I'm going to go ahead and drain my pasta. It looks perfect, just how I wanted it. Heading to a really cool event today in Kohler. It's all weekend long. I've mentioned it a couple times on the show, but just wanted to let you know that there are still some tickets available, I believe. All weekend long, they've got celebrity chefs from all over the country cooking and teaching classes, and it's just so neat. Tonight they've got a big chef's challenge where a bunch of local chefs compete against each other, and I'm emceeing it. It's a crazy gig. You run around. It's just kind of like an Iron Chef, and a combination of Iron Chef and Top Chef, and you're running around, and they've got a certain amount of time they get secret ingredients, and then they've got to figure out what to do with them. So check it out. Go to the American Club's website if you're interested and you don't have anything going on this weekend. And a lot of the events are free, so it's really pretty cool. I'm trying to figure out what to pack, which is always a challenge. Okay, so the sauce is starting to simmer a little bit. Now we're going to add our Gorgonzola cheese. I'm just going to throw that gorgonzola cheese in there. And it's going to melt and kind of thicken that sauce just a little bit. And people who don't like blue cheese or gorgonzola and cheese, I still think you may like this because we've really mellowed it out with the wine and the chicken stock and that heavy cream. So it's not like you're taking a big bite of gorgonzola cheese. It's just really, I do a wonderful casserole with gorgonzola cheese, and people are like, oh, I don't do blue cheese. And then they take a bite of the casserole, and they're like, man, that's seriously good stuff. So, give it a try. If you absolutely don't do gorgonzola cheese, I do grated Parmesan cheese. Then you'd have more like an Alfredo sauce, and that would be a perfect substitution. But you see how this is starting to thicken? Now I'm going to add in here, these are just sliced up sun-dried tomatoes. Love those. My husband Bob loves those. Again, we're just kind of dressing up the dish just a little bit. And that was just a couple of tablespoons. I'm going to get my pasta in here just to warm that through. It's already cooked, but we just want to warm it through and toss it well and just make sure it's coated with the sauce. And we're just about at the finish line. I mean, seriously, that was quick and easy. Anybody could do this. This is dinner party worthy. It's special night worthy. It's even, if you're in the mood for making something special during the weeknight, this is great too. And if it gets a little dry, add a little more cream or chicken stock. And there we go. I just want to cut up some parsley, and we're ready to plate it up. Just to, garnish it up a little bit. Recipes on our website. You can also pick it up at any Festival of Foods. You can toss some of it right in there. Save a little for the top, too. Yum. Smells amazing. Okay. Anybody else drooling out there? I am. Oh, me too, Deb. Me too. And Bob would be all over this. You could, I was thinking that some mushrooms in here would be great too if you're a mushroom person. Okay, wow. Wipe the side of that plate, because that's what the chefs do, so we'll do it too. Want it all to look pretty. A little bit more, maybe either some gorgonzola or some fresh grated Parmesan on top. And man, how about that?